Hey everybody, welcome to Mountain Girl RC. Today we are going to be working on the Traxxas TRXM high trail. I have the Ford F-150 body. I've done some wheeling with it factory just to kind of get a feel for what it feels like. Today we're going to be doing wheels and tires, so we're going to move this aside. We're going to start with the Endura Modu wheel in purple. Amazing wheel. Let me dim this light down so you can see it. There we go. Those were 25. We're going to be doing the Endura Super Softs in the front. So this will actually cover my truck and my partner's truck. We're doing the Super Softs in the front. Those were 13. And we're doing the softs in the rear just to keep a little bit from that rear end loading down so easily. Like I said, soft in the rear, those were 13 as well. And for tires, we're doing my favorite, the Endura King Trex. They were 16. They call them an all-train. They look a little more mud train to me, but either way, they're a great tire and I'm super excited to put them on this truck. So let's get started with weights. We're gonna bring our scale in here. And let's get the body off. And let's get a tire off here. So, a single tire weighs 24 grams. Let me see if I can get you in here to see that. There we go. And I'm gonna buzz off the rest of these tires and continue. All right, I did want to get a overall truck weight, so we're gonna put my stand on here. We're gonna zero it out. I'm gonna put the truck on. And then we'll just set the body right on the top. And the wheels and tires will kind of balance on the truck here. For a total weight of 516 grams. Go ahead and put that in my notes here. 517 grams is what it's saying now. All right, so let's move this stuff to the side and let's knock stuff over. That sounds like fun. All the tires kind of were plus or minus a gram, so I'm just guessing that's just the plastic. That's how they worked. All right, we're gonna zero this out, and we're gonna catch the weight of other stuff here in a bit. But let's get started with assembly. Start with the back tires. And let's take a look at these wheels. Looks like 6 screws on the back and the 5 screws on the front. And they are not all the same length, so that's good to know. Alright, let's start by pulling foams out here of these brand new wheels. Super good looking wheel. I love this wheel. I have it on my Ascent Apex as well. It's a great wheel. And let's start getting these silicones in. Take a little wiggling, a little thing dangling. Make sure it's in there nice and even. All right. That's looking good. Oh, that is the wrong tool. Uh-oh. I may have to pull out a smaller tool for even these. I am. Let's break into my little box over here. This is a super awesome little travel toolkit I got from O'Reilly's, and it comes with a decent amount of smaller. There we go. So I believe this is a 1. It's one size down from the 1.5. Excuse me. That means we're gonna be using this little guy here. Nice. I really love this wheel. It is just really a spectacular wheel. I think it's gonna look really good on the black truck. Of course, we'll be doing a custom body eventually. All right. So it's a 4-part wheel. We got to get out 4 more of the long screws from here. Where are my tweezers? I just had them. We'll be back as soon as I find those. All right, found them. They were black. They were matching the inside of my tiny toolbox very well. So we got 3, 4, 5, and 6. That will cover this first tire. We do need 4 additional small ones, so let's go ahead and get those out. Actually, let's just let's do a controlled dump right here. One, 2, 3, and 4. Those are some tiny screws. Okay, let's see. Let's get the brass ring in here. Now, something important to remember is some of these tires are directional. These ones are directional. So we're going to start with the driver's side of the truck. And insert our first bead lock here. Insert our rear. And that's, boy, this is gonna be an interesting one. These things are so tiny and we have to line everything up. So I'm gonna just place it flat down. Use the tool to get lined up as best I can. And then we're gonna go for the inner bead lock. That's going to be our first one. Insert it. Alright, that's not wanting to start, so let's play with this a little more. There's one of them. Alright, we are lined up on one. Let's see, let's get this one lined up as best we can. Might have to do a little adjusting. Ah, we got it to bite. Perfect. Alright, and we're gonna go straight across, trying to create that nice star pattern to make sure things tighten evenly and hold properly. We're just doing a few threads on each one, a couple few turns, I guess, to get started. That way we know we're getting everything locked in the way it's supposed to be. So a little about me, I have been into the RC hobby for probably 30 years now. I started out with just basher trucks. My first truck was a Slash Pro 4x4. Loved that truck, broke it many times. All right, we're gonna just start progressively tightening here. And then a few years after that, me and my little brother got our first crawlers, and we really haven't looked back since. He currently drives his 110 is the Red Cat Fusion, the Ascent Fusion. A little truck is amazing. I've had quite a few trucks over the years. Unfortunately, a bunch of them got stolen. Make sure our bead lock is good here. And just watching that thing in videos from him, because he lives in a different state than I do, I would say that thing would probably beat most of my heavily built RCs that I had before they were stolen. That's just a phenomenal truck. That's next on my list, is to get one of those. My current 110 is a Red Cat Gen 8 V2. It's the green one. I want to do I'm going to be doing a Cherokee body on that, so stay tuned for that. The XJ Cherokee is my favorite Jeep ever made, and it's just a phenomenal vehicle, and I would love to see that in a 110. So we'll be doing that. Let's get these screws in the front here. These ones are strictly cosmetic, but we're gonna make sure they're still good and snug. And then we'll grab a weight on this, which will tell us how much more we've got in a truck with a good set of wheels and tires. Last one, and we'll grab the scale. All right, let's move these over here, grab our scale. Zero it out, and these ones weigh in at 48 grams. Let's get a good look at that. 48 grams, so that is a good weight improvement. We doubled it. The originals were 24 grams, and now we're at 48, so that's gonna be awesome. All right, I'm gonna buzz through the rest of these, and then we'll come back to you when they're done. Let's work on getting these tires back on the truck. So this is your right front. All right, let's get these mounted up, and then we'll get an after weight. Right rear. And that's the way I set them down in front of me, is I set them up right front, left front, and then right rear, left rear. just to keep from any confusion happening. Tiny little tire bolts. And I did measure, I did check the weight on the different silicone inserts, and they do weigh the same. Alright, let's get this in here. Oh, I forgot to turn on y'all's light. Let's get that turned on. Hey, you can see. Get this one screwed on. Well, I think my light is dead, so we'll have to take care of that. I apologize. We're almost done here, though. And then we're working on this left rear tire that I'm riding the struggle bus on. There we go. Alright, so truck before was 517 grams. Each tire weighed, I averaged it out to 24 grams. And then the wheels and tires, or the wheel and tire, the aftermarket were 48 grams. Now we're gonna get a total weight here. Zero that out. Zero it out again. And that brings our new total weight to, get this to balance here. 612 grams. Or 611 is what it balanced out towards. And just look at these beauties. Let me move this stuff out of our way. Look at those. Those just look so good. And then I totally forgot what our weight was. So let's do it again. $611, that's right. So we raised it by, let's see, 100 and, I'm not mathing, let me get my calculator out. I never claimed to be good at math, so don't judge me. Alright, so now move this over. We are 611 minus 517. So we raised it by 94 grams, the weight. That's pretty good. That'll help a lot in the uphilling. Because the high trail sits higher than the standard TRXM, so when it's getting up like that, you know, you get up into these higher grades, it absolutely, the truck gets lets go in the front end and it just rolls over backwards. So that's that. That's where we are this week. Like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you next time.